Welcome back to another episode of Torres has entered the chat. I'll be hosting tonight. I'm Crystal Torres, and right next to me is my trophy husband. Very full of yourself with that shirt, but
Damn right.
It's my fault because I bought it for you.
Damn right.
Anyway, so for tonight's chat, we had our listeners submit some of their most controversial this or that topics. So we're just going to jump right in and discuss what you guys sent us through Instagram.
All right. Our first discussion is going to be suburban living versus city living. Now, I know it's a little tricky there because neither of us grew up in the suburbs.
Yeah, I can't really speak much on the suburban living or suburban upbringing piece of that because I grew up in the city.
Well, why don't you tell the listeners what that was like growing up in the city? Because your and my experiences were very different, even within the same city.
It was fun. I am a Manhattan girl. You such a hater.
City girls.
What's up? You such a hater.
Yo, hold that L. Man.
You're such a hater. I can't stand you.
I'm not a hater. It's just, all right, go on.
Yes,
go on.
West Side is the best side, all right? But yes, I grew up in Manhattan. I grew up in the city. It was fun growing up. Just seeing a lot of things, getting to experience, just becoming more independent at a young age. Doing, going places and doing things that like I probably would never allow our children to do by themselves now as a parent. But I'm very happy that I had the experience that I had growing up, riding the city buses and the trains at like age 7.
It's funny you brought that up.
I
you
would
said
never
things that
dream
you
of
wouldn't
sending my children on the trains this day and age. But.
Well, I know you're talking about the trains, and it's funny. I had a memory talking about things that you wouldn't let your kids do. Like we would jump on the train while it was moving and whatnot, or go between the carts and do dumb things. And city living is definitely not for the weak. But my experience was a lot different. I'm not a city boy per se. I grew up in Brooklyn, so like all my friends lived in Brooklyn, so I was always there. I lay my head in Queens, but my heart's in Brooklyn, and everything I did was in Brooklyn. All the fighting, all the church stuff, all the traveling as a musician, and a lot of it was in Brooklyn. So I'm Brooklyn through and through, unfortunately.
Oh my God, it would be a Brooklyn boy to go tell everybody who didn't even ask that they're from Brooklyn.
That's right, I'm from Brooklyn. All right, you got to say it like that with a little bit of angst to it.
Anyway.
So yeah, city living, like it's very dynamic. I'll say that much. Like there's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts. The city itself is like a living creature. It's like riding on a bull, a cowboy on a bull. It's bucking, and that's how the city life really is. So you kind of have that stigma growing up that you got to be tough as nails because your constant interactions with people are always hostile, or you have to move at a steady pace because you don't want to be the guy that's like smack in the middle of somewhere and you're blocking up traffic, or somebody's gonna get in your face and is gonna say, "Yo, you need to move, bro." So
and
I was that guy.
You never lose your city walk.
You don't. Oh my God! Everywhere we go, people know we're from New York.
In your body.
Yeah, even without like memorabilia, anything that says New York on it, and even if we don't say a word, people are like, "Yeah, you walk fast, bro. You from the city?" Like, yo,
yeah.
Sorry, I moved with a purpose. Like, yo, get my face.
Yeah, it's just funny because we're not raising our kids in the suburbs, but we don't live in the greater metropolitan New York City anymore. We live in Newburgh, which is also a city, but it's a suburb
Smaller
compared to what we experienced growing up.
Yeah.
90 miles south from here. And so even that is just still different. Like we drive everywhere, and like our kids go to like a small school compared to like what we experienced growing up. And
yeah, like my high school had
like
thousands of people.
Where I teach, it's considered a large school, and I'm like, this is so nice and compact and not large at all. But yeah. Okay, you can call it a large school if you want.
If your school didn't have metal detectors, it's not gangster.
Oh my God. But yeah, I don't know. So I can't really speak for suburban versus city. Like, what would I rather?
I got to jump in, though, because, we're going to get into foods and whatnot. But I have to say, suburbs is great. It's peaceful. It's quiet. There's some decent fine dining establishments, a lot of mom and pop shops, and that's awesome. That's great. But some of the best food I've had has been in the hood. And I'm talking about some grimy looking places making the best burritos, best Spanish food, best Chinese food,
That's a good segue to the next one.
which is where we're going right now.
Yeah.
So speaking of foods, our listeners dropped in some knowledge about Puerto Rican versus Dominican foods. So let's put on the boxing gloves and let's go.
Oh man, I should have had. That was my chance to have like a ding ding ding.
Yeah, right. Like, see, yo, you slipping.
Dang man,
See,
I
this
dropped
is
the
why
ball.
I'm the trophy.
I dropped the ball. I
So-
dropped it this time.
All right, so I'm gonna list the Puerto Rican foods, and you're gonna list the Dominican foods. How you want to do this?
I don't know anything about.
I put them. See, I wrote it down. You see,
All
I'm
right,
ahead of the
but
game.
okay, like I didn't really like this one that much. No offense to
Well, there's a lot of similarities.
our friend Justin who submitted that.
Yeah,
one.
shout out to
'Cause
Just
I
Push
was like,
Fitness.
Not for nothing. I was like, what's the difference?
Yeah,
I mean, there are, I guess, subtle differences, but like, I don't know, Puerto Rican food and Dominican food are very similar.
right. So we're just gonna discuss this, some of the differences in their foods, and whatever you like it. It is what it is. People have different flavors and different things that they like for their palate. So, I know, growing up Puerto Rican, I'm Puerto Rican, and some of the foods that we like is like mofongo, tembleque, coquito, especially on Christmas. We sell that like we're pushing out. That's right.
Sorry.
There we go. Like we're pushing coquito bottles out there like we're selling on corners. It's crazy. It's a whole market of coquito from when the Christmas season starts.
pasteles.
And pasteles, that's right. Now, for Dominican, they got mangú, they got sancocho, they got habichuelas con dulce. So, those are all awesome. Like, I love mangú, or tres golpes is kind of like both, right? But it's more Dominican. But I love that. In the morning, you have that with some cafecito, and it's right up there.
No, I always think of the Heights when I think about habichuela con dulce because that was
Big in the Heights.
like when we would go like up to like the I don't know 181st Street train station.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid there was like these little like food stands and people would sell it. And it's like the best thing in the world, especially it's like on a cold day. It's just
Yeah.
amazing. It's so delicious. So shout out to my Dominicanos who know how to make that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before we jump to the next topic, I just want to give a special shout out to some of the other Spanish food out there, like, Mexican, can't nobody sleep on no burrito, man. Them burritos are fire. Them quesadillas are fire. And
that's Tex-Mex. That's not Mexican.
oh, see, I learned something new today. My ignorant self. I lost the trophy husband point.
You did.
But I will say churros are fire in the morning. When you have a nice fresh churro and there's like a churro lady and it's like 20 degrees outside and you have a little cafecito with that churro, sweet.
So I would say I can't like there's no this or that for
PR versus DR food. Yeah,
because like
they're both
it's
great.
all delicious.
Yeah, like
So
you
let's
can't go
just-
wrong.
Let's just leave it at that. It's just all good.
So I'm gonna go into Marvel versus DC. I'm gonna ask you. There we go.
That
ding,
deserves
ding, ding.
a
Let's
bell.
go.
That deserves a bell.
So which do you like, and why, or what are some things you like of each, and why? So
That's a really,
I have my own take, but I'll wait for
it's
you
a
to
really
speak.
tough one. It's hard for me to say this or that because I really love the storylines and characters in both franchises. What I will say it's hard because I can't even say. So I used to be very biased and I used to be like, oh, DC, and I love, Batman and, whatever. But like as I got more into the characters and the storylines and the movies over the years, I have like a huge love for Spider-Man, especially Miles Morales. I
We heart
mentioned
him.
this in like in like our last episode or something. And that's my reason why we named our cat Miles. I know yours is a Star Trek reason, but in my mind, he's named after Miles Morales. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah, those are
like,
good.
Those made me.
Those, I
especially
like
the
those
last
better.
one, I cried. I laughed. I cried some more.
Yeah, it was a good
So-
franchise.
it's
That was I
amazing.
gotta give them credit. They wrote a good story.
Amazing movies, amazing storyline. So I gotta say, like, I would say, in this respect, just movie wise, Marvel wins.
Well, I'll
Because
give you credit.
DC, like, they keep like fudging up the movies, and then they keep repeating storylines, and then they want like 5 million versions of Batman, and I'm just like, no, you guys, I'm sick of you guys. Like, they Hollywood needs to stop meddling in the movies.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Whoever.
Well, all right.
Whoever's writing these stories.
All right, let me jump in because that actually leads into my take on this. Because all right, first off, Marvel has the production value. They've got the studio budget. They've got the computer technology to make the right CGI and make it look not cheesy. So I'll give them that. It's a broader spectrum of demographic, like who their target audience is, and I give them that. But I'll take DC over Marvel because of the story. Like, I'm a writer. I like reading great stories, great character development, and no one builds better stories than DC. Like, their characters are deep, they're dark, there's so much depth to them, and for you pick up a DC comic and you see it from their perspective a lot versus where like Marvel comics, when you're reading them, you're like, okay, this is like a movie. It's done like wham, bam, pow. And yeah, there's that in DC, but DC's telling it to you more from the development of, okay, like Batman Year One, for example. You're seeing his take on crime in Gotham his first year, whereas in Marvel it's like, we're the Avengers, we're here to fight the bad guy, and we're gonna kick his butt and save the day, yay. And that's cool because, again, there's different styles. You could like different things, and that's okay too. I'll give them that. Like, Marvel makes good movies. They just have the money and they have the studio.
The stories are good. Like,
their stories are good.
Aside, the stories are good.
I'm not the biggest Avengers fan because I feel like it's too blockbuster hit. It's too kid friendly, and they don't take off the gloves for that.
That's because Disney kind of watered it down
the acquisition,
much,
Disney,
like movie wise.
But again, I get it. They're trying to reinvent the wheel and appeal to a younger demographic too, to bring them into the fold while still maintaining some of the comic accuracy to the older guard. So I get that and I respect it, but DC has better stories, and they're deep there, and they intertwine into this fabric of comic books, and it's great. I love it. Plus, DC came out first. DC is an older franchise. It's 1935 with Superman was one of the Action Comics, was one of the first.
They never should have recasted Superman.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
like
Henry
the
Cavill.
modern.
I'm gonna give the new guy a shot. I'm only because I like,
spot on.
because you spoke about Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's their director's James Gunn, who did the franchise, and they did awesome job. James Gunn, shout out to you. But I love that DC was like, all right, we gotta hire this guy, and he's now in charge of it. So I want to see. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because he did great with Guardians. So let me see how he does with Justice League and with DC here. Let me see how he does with his take on Superman. I'm gonna give him.
I hope he captures more of like that gritty.
Yeah,
Dark
well, we'll see. We'll see.
That comes with DC.
Yeah, because say what you want, Marvel movies are better than DC movies. I'll give you that. But DC animated movies, yo, Marvel can't hold nothing to them. DC anime movies are fire. Yeah. Like, yo, oh my God, this is great. Yo, you don't believe me? Watch Justice League Dark. Holy cow. Like, it's just crazy. So we're going to jump into, still in the realm of comics, Transformers versus Gundam. Let me ask what you feel about either or. Like, how do you feel about the TV portrayal of Transformers? Like, what was your experience seeing like Optimus Prime on TV for the first time, or a Gundam?
I can't really talk on this one because I was never a big Transformers or Gundam fan.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
I was never. I didn't get into them enough. What I will say is I hate the Transformers movies. Period. I can't stand them.
You know what's funny? Their animated series is fire.
They're so corny.
Yeah, but the animated series is fire, and
they don't need the human characters.
Yeah, they could literally do the entire franchise, no humans, and it'd be great.
The people drama, like Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox and all the other, like, they don't need to be in these movies.
Agreed. I can't even knock you for that.
They don't need. That's all I'll say about that. But I don't know the lore. I don't know the comic.
All right. I'll just briefly,
I can't really
so that we don't take up too much time.
Add to that.
All right, Transformers came out in 1984. Gundam came out in 1979. Gundam predates Transformers by only a few years, but Gundam is just, giant robots that you pilot, and it usually takes place in space and Earth, and there's wars and there's different factions. So it's a bigger story in the realm of humanity as far as humankind and so where we're going as a species. But Transformers deals with the entire universe. So as far as like the scaling of it, you have to understand about Transformers. It's like, okay, origin theory. Like, this is where they come from. These are their creators, and this is why they're always beefing. So we'll put that aside, and we'll jump into our next topic: dog people versus cat people. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, what's your take on dog people? Go ahead.
Wow. Okay.
Let's go. Let's take the gloves off. Yep.
Okay, so we can't say dogs versus cats because I am an animal lover. Like, we have 3 cats, and I brought them all home against his wishes. So, and I want a dog really badly, but that's gonna be more of like a family project. The kids have to be old enough and responsible enough to like help out with that.
Yeah, that's
like. In terms of owners, though, okay.
Let's talk about the owners. Let's go. I
feel like, in my experience, dog owners are, sorry guys, no offense to the responsible, like, normal, sane dog owners. I'm talking about the ones who are irresponsible and it's a lot, unfortunately. It's a lot. They're like, they can be very uppity and they can be like so annoying.
Preach it, girl. Preach it. Preach it. Hallelujah.
And cat owners are so chill. And my biggest pet peeve is when a dog owner is like, oh, he's friendly. And then the dog jumps up on you and like almost like bites your face off. And then they're like, oh, he's never done that before. Like, what?
So, no, I am not.
No, and can I just say this? Cat owners are a lot more honest. Cat owners are like, no, don't pet him. He's an asshole.
Yeah,
he'll bite.
It's true. It's true. Cat owners keep it real.
And
they're like, yo,
way.
little Billy right there. He ain't shit.
Okay, so we have 2 boy cats and a girl cat, and I always warn people, our boy cats are friendly and sociable. Our girl cat can be a little spicy, so don't approach her because I don't want you to get scratched. So don't say I didn't warn you. Now, if she scratches you after I warn you, that's your problem, and she's not getting punished.
Yeah, but
but
dog owners lie. Dog owners like, he's so friendly, and Fido's over here like,
I absolutely hate that.
Like, no, we're not doing this.
It honestly pisses me off. And dog owners, why do you do that?
Yeah.
And can you train your animal to like not jump up on people, please?
So it just seems like you gotta train the owners, not the dog.
Right? Yeah,
let's be real.
The dog because I love dog. Like if I could, I would stop every dog owner on the side of the road or on the street and just be like, "Can I pet your dog?" And like, I'm the crazy person.
She has.
Yes.
She does that
and
frequently.
I've like,
and she's allergic, and then like she's like, oh, it's licking me and my face itches, but it's okay.
I'm allergic to dog saliva. When they lick me,
she's like, I'm having so much fun, but I'm
I get a reaction.
Make it make sense,
and I don't care. But yeah, like dog owners, come on, cat people are my people.
Yeah, it's where it's at.
Cat people always. And responsible dog owners.
Yeah, no, like if you train your dog right, like if your dog follows commands, sits, doesn't, because I understand dogs are territorial. I mean, so are cats though, but they're not. You don't see cats jumping on people unless there's a reason. Like you get too close to a cat and they're like, yo, don't get close to my cat, and you walk closer to it. That's on you, homie. But you get a dog owner, they just straight up lie to you. Fido's so sweet. He doesn't do that. Yo, I've been bitten by dogs. I've been chased by dogs. And it's not me. Yo, I'll be like, hey, what's up? Hi, little Fido. Like Jesus Christ. Like, yo, chill.
No, I just hate that so much.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing this. I got dog spray. So guess what? Next time your dog jumps on me, I'm going to spray you. I'm not spraying Fido. I'm spraying you.
Yeah, I had to order, like, he goes on, like, fitness hikes and things occasionally. And, like, when the weather's not, like, 10 below 0. Oh, no, my alarm. Why? Shut up. And he's been, like, people will, like, let their dog go off leash. Yeah. And it's like, yo, like...
Your dog better be trained.
Your dog.
I will punch your dog.
If you can't trust your dog to not attack someone when it's off leash, why are you releasing it?
Yeah. Yeah, it makes no sense. I'd be on trails and it's like, oh, I'm just cleaning up after my dog. And the dog's over here. Like, bro, Yeah, I understand. I walk as far away and then I get pursued. I can't even wear
I
shorts.
had to buy him the dog spray so he could.
Yeah. I can't even wear shorts because people don't train their dogs. Like, dogs have grabbed onto me and nipped at me, and so I'm sorry. I will punt your dog. I don't care. Like, I choose me every time. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. So, dog owners, you're gonna take a L tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Dog
unless you're
owners,
responsible.
You lose. Yeah, unless you're a responsible dog owner.
Yeah.
Then thank you for doing your part and being productive members of society.
Anyways, so kind of along the comic book thing.
I'm going back to that. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna just knock that out real quick. All right, manga versus Western comics. So, do you like manga? Do you even like the concept of manga?
Hey, you've been married to me for
So the answer is
15
no.
years.
The answer is
Why
no.
are you asking me this question?
So, all right.
You know I don't read that.
That's for nerds. Yo, nerds is winning. We're winning.
Nothing against it. I don't read that.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a little history, just real quick. Manga predates all of this. One of the first written and mangas ever done was something called Choju Jinbutsu. I actually looked this up. It came out in the 12th century, so it definitely predates comics. Like, this is thousands of years ago. Whereas Western comics, have come out in the late 1800s or mid 1800s. One of the first ones was Obadiah Obuck. So you're getting a little bit of some facts right there. So Obadiah Obuck is one of the oldest comic books ever written. So as far as age, manga predates it. Now, manga is very broad. It's a very diverse as far as different topics, different themes. There's love, there's war, there's technology, there's fantasy, there's everything.
Death Note a manga?
It was a manga, yes. Death Note. Oh, yo, Death Note is fire.
That's like the only one I can name off the top of my head.
Yeah, Death Note is fire.
And I love it.
Bleach is fire too.
It was freaking epic. I love
Yeah,
Death Note.
One Piece is trash. Hot take right there. We can discuss that.
Who are you gonna discuss that with?
Me, myself, and I. I'm gonna get expert
stay
opinion.
tuned, guys.
Stay tuned, me.
We're gonna talk about One Piece. It is that show did suck though. I hated it as a kid. I was like,
Yeah,
I
One
don't
Piece
watch
is
this.
just the animation's
This
trash.
is
The story's
corny.
get out of here. Miss me with that. So last one: Raccoon City versus Silent Hill. You get dropped off in one or the other. Which do you pick? And they're both terrible choices. So let's go.
That's a lose-lose situation.
All right. I think if I had to, if like a helicopter's gonna crash and they're like, if we go left, we go to Raccoon City, or if we go right, we go to Silent Hill. I feel like I would have a better chance of survival in Silent Hill because the numbers of creatures in Silent Hill aren't as bad as like Raccoon City. It's an entire city versus of zombies.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna be ducking and bobbing and weaving like I'm doing a Brooklyn crawl on gates and stuff trying to hide. Nah, man. And Silent Hill is like, all right, it's I could maybe like run away, and who's gonna chase? But I think all these creatures and stuff, they're gonna stop at the edge of the city. They're not gonna really follow me like that. I hope. I don't want to find out. But so yeah, I would choose to go to Silent Hill, but Raccoon City's definitely scarier.
That is.
You got on top of zombies.
That is not a good choice.
It's not.
That
But
is not,
but
those are
all
not
right,
good options.
Peep this. On top of zombies, you have this mutant tyrant zombie who's like 10 feet tall and has a bazooka. What is that? Like, homie's like, yo, you stepped on my block, bro. Pa pa pa. Like, yo, come on. How do you survive that? I could survive some like parasitic ghostal spectral thing and be like, all right, holy water or something and run, or salt over my shoulder. But I don't know about
Salt over your shoulder is for
bad luck.
Yeah, it doesn't ward off evil spirits.
Actually, that's not true. You know what the origin of that is? The salt circles. Remember that?
No.
All right, so the point of the salt circles is making a circle with salt.
You mean
is
like,
to keep
like,
off evil
like
spirits.
in witchcraft?
Yeah.
Like from Hocus Pocus?
No, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Yo, for real. So.
Are you trying to say like I'm a witch?
Are you? Next time.
And if I was?
All right, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this segment. We just wanted to keep it light and fresh. So take care, and thanks for tuning in to Torres Has Entered the Chat.
Bye.